Hey guys, let's see. We'll give a couple seconds here and see how long, if anybody joins. So quickly, I'm at this spot where there's this big cliff. It's pretty cool. I can't wait. I got a new camera for the front of my phone on order from Japan. So today is day 7 of my 90-day challenge, the Golive challenge. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this book I've been reading. It's called The Magic. I just finished day 28, and day 28 is the last day of the book, and then you just repeat the book over and over again. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how the book has impacted me. It's definitely made a huge change. Hey Maddie, good to see you joining me today. So day 28 of the Magic was yesterday, and I started it all over again to this morning with my wife. And I think the next time we start it over again, we're going to start it with my daughter, Emily, who's 7, and see how much it impacts her life as a 7-year-old. I know as a 38-year-old, it impacted my life quite dramatically, actually. This little view, there's this cliff here, and crazily enough, people actually ride their bikes down there. There's bike tracks all the way down. So if you're here, just say hi. I see that Maddie's here. Maddie's one of my mastermind group members. We've been trying to... Hey Roberta, how's the hobby farm going? Roberta is one of my really good friends. She and another really good friend of mine got together last summer, I believe. Was it last summer, Roberta? Yeah, Adam, it's his birthday today if you want to send him a message. So I'll show you. It's like a straight drop off cliff. They've actually built something down there. I'm not even sure what it is. Me and my wife were trying to figure it out, but we couldn't. So I started this book called The Magic. It's a crazy good book. It's impacted my life in so many ways. Like, you just take each day for granted. I found before I started this book, I never actually realized how much for granted I did take each day. It's impacted my world like crazy. I find myself just kicking my legs out of bed, and like before my feet even hit the ground, I've said thank you twice for each footstep as they hit the ground, because you really realize that how grateful you really are for the 2 steps, and even just having the feet to make those 2 steps. So I see some bikers down there. They should definitely be grateful for not falling. But yeah, if anybody gets a chance, it's called The Magic. It's written by Rhonda Byrne. Uh, she was the author of The Secret. I know a lot of people seem to think that The Secret and The Magic are just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. But if you actually take into consideration all the things that we really do have to be grateful for, it makes you kind of realize all that there is. Like, just grateful for trees that take all of the pollution that we create as humans in and spit it back out as oxygen for us to breathe, which is actually quite a feat in itself. It's quite amazing that just that one feat on this planet, and it's not even the one thing, like our atmosphere keeps that oxygen stuck here. All of the other things that go along with it. The sun, the seasons, all the other planets aligned with our gravitational pull of our universe. I'll start walking here so we can get a little bit more scenery than just me standing. The sun's going to go down over the hill. I don't know if you guys can see, but way over there in the background, that's COP, Canadian Olympic Park. They've already been making snow. I see the runs are running and people are actually skiing and snowboarding over there. I think that little things like that, the seasons, how we spit out snow onto the ground enough that it melts and creates moisture for all the plants for when it turns into spring. Grateful for all those things too. I find myself grateful for my hands. You never really realize, I mean, yeah, I could probably learn how to use my feet to write with or eat with, but to not have to is a great feat in itself. Yeah, just being grateful. Like, I found that before, definitely took a lot for granted. Getting up in the morning, just waking up, I took for granted before the truck that I had for work, or even the cars that I've owned in my life to get me around and take me to places that I wanted to be. Before I had vehicles, it took me until I was about 25 to get my license, actually. It was well into the time that I had moved from Vancouver Island to Alberta, and you never realize I spent so much time hitchhiking in my youth to get to and from places. When I actually moved to Camrose from BC, I asked a buddy of mine. He was spending the night over. I lived on Gabriel Island, and I just turned and looked at him after I got off the phone with my buddy Jess. Hopefully he joins us today. He was on here yesterday, I believe. And I just turned and looked at him and said, "Hey man, you want to hitchhike to Alberta?" And we ended up getting stuck in Sycamore, Salmon Arm area, where one of my buddies is going to be moving to right away here, because there was too much snow in the pass and you couldn't get past. And then the next morning we ended up on the road, and there was a guy picked us up and he gave us a ride into Revelstoke. His name was Douglas Rabbit, I believe. If he ever sees this, thank you very much, man. He ended up giving me and my buddy a couple Subway coupons, which was perfect because we had $100 to hitchhike here with, and we had lunch, and not even 5 seconds after getting out of Subway, we ended up getting a ride all the way into Calgary. Took us 3.5 days, and now that I have a car, you never realize I could do that trip in 10, 11 hours, no problem. And come on, Em. There's Emily. Just giving her. So, little things like having a car, or having shoes on your feet. I said in one of my other Golives that there's this picture I've seen of these Africans, and they're, "Hey Bobby, how's your day?" It's pictures of these Africans, and they're wearing 2-liter pop bottles as sandals. And you never really realize you have a pair of running shoes or 4 or 5 pairs of shoes. I know some girls that I know have not hundreds, but lots. I myself have quite a few, and you never take into consideration how grateful you really are for just footwear, having socks to put on. So when you take the time to be grateful for everything, just remember that yeah, Emily is quite the cute little thing. She's a go-getter. She's a trendsetter, actually. Like I was telling you, Maddie, she wears those movie theater glasses with the lenses popped out. And she actually broke me out of somewhat of a fear of what other people think. So I got my own pair, the adult pair, and every once in a while I'll wear them. You'll see, I'm quite the brave young buck. Not so young, but try to be. So gratefulness is something that we all seem to take for granted. Some people not so much, but a lot of us, I find, just aren't even grateful for the opportunity to have indoor plumbing, or when you wake up in the morning, you sit down on the toilet and it's actually warm. You have like a wall to lean up against to just kind of catch yourself, take a couple seconds. You'd be grateful for that wall that's there for you to lean on. It's kind of weird to say that something so simple as a wall could be something you could be grateful for, but it totally is. Yeah, I try to be young, Maddie. I know that, like I said to you, I'm only a year and a half away from being 40, but like people say, you're only as young or as old as you feel. I definitely feel probably 20. I feel a couple years ago, I had these weird feelings I was getting, and it turned out that I have epilepsy. I had a grand mal seizure at work, and I started taking this medication for it, and I didn't realize how I had been lagging in my brain set and my body. I felt always worn down and everything because I was having them mini seizures for so long, and I didn't know what they were. Actually, I thought that I was having a brain tumor or something to those lines. When it ended up, it was just epilepsy. And I say that, just epilepsy, because I truly believe that if you believe enough, anything's possible. So one of these books that I'm reading, or that I started reading, says that you have the ability to change who you are. I believe it's the magic, actually, and change your health for the better. You just have to truly believe in it. And I'm in the process of doing such a thing. I actually went and seen a neurologist about getting my license back because I had lost it. Stupid choices in my younger years, and had to go get papers signed for a neurologist to say that I was okay to drive. Sorry. And that neurologist was out there thinker. He told me a story about this boy who was a prince of a kingdom, and he was all crippled with cerebral palsy, and his father came to him and he was going to make him a statue for his birthday, and he asked his son what he wanted the statue to look like, and he asked if his son wanted it to look like how he is now, or what did he want it to look like, and his son said that he wanted it to look like everybody else, and that he believed that he was going to change how he looked to the image of how the statue looked. And over time, sure enough, the boy cured himself through thought and through mental process. So he was super grateful for that. So now I'm on this magic book, and it says you can heal yourself from within. And I believe truly, if you can think it, it can happen. I'm getting kind of low here on battery. Let's see what... Oh, it's only 15 still. So, if you can use the power of gratitude and being grateful for things, definitely worth it. It's worth a try. What's the worst thing that could happen? You actually picked up a book and read it. It's definitely something. I don't know if my brother Bob will see this. I've been harassing him lately. I won't go too deeply into his situation, but I think that the magic will definitely help his life. He'll find a new voice in his head, maybe, for such situations he's going through. But definitely worth picking it up. Again, it's The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. She's the author of The Secret. And just when you buy it, go into it with an open mind, an open heart, and the idea that reading a book can only better your vocabulary, maybe better you as a person inside and out just by reading words. I know that I'm not the best of spellers, and I know that sometimes I get caught up in what I'm writing and don't write it properly because I've never really been a reader. I finished half of grade 11 and the beginning of grade 12, and I dropped out because I, like everybody else, was a believer that you have to get a good paying job and you have to work hard and you have to work your way up through life's battles and journeys. Well, not necessarily this truth anymore, because these journeys that we have nowadays are a lot different than they used to be, because the world's changing every day. Like they say, the school system in our country, or in everybody's country, well, not everybody's country, but is not the same as it used to be. Hello. Everything's changing always. If we can always just have an open mind to how everything changes, then the magic itself, the book, will definitely help each and every one of you if you get a chance to pick it up. I take it, Maddie, that you're my single viewer today. That's totally awesome. I hope that you had a great night last night. Everybody needs to take a chance to take time for yourself. It was one of my go lives the other day. I hope that you had the best day ever with your family, because family, that was my go live yesterday. No, that's totally awesome, Maddie. I hope the best for each one of us. Maddie and Selma are my two group members in my mastermind group that I've started lately. And I was talking with one of my mentors earlier today, and he said great things are coming our way. Hi, Heather. Good to see you joining again. Hope all is well. Hope you're loving that beautiful son of yours and your man too. Yeah, I was talking to one of my mentors earlier today. He said he feels great things for me, and I said I feel in my bones. It's not even what I feel anymore. I'm growing it. It's growing from the inside out, and I've just had this feeling my whole life, and now it's finally coming to fruition. I'm so glad. Hi from Ryder, Heather's son. Hi, Ryder. You have a great mummy. One of my really good friends from back. Oh, Bobby Cullum. Hey, brother. Awesome that you joined. Hope all is well there too. Bobby just had a son. Or was it a little girl? No,